Cap City, what's going on? It's your girl D here. We got a lot going on with the planetary alignments this month. A lot going on, so let's just get right into it. There's so many planets that are going, that are moving around, and then we're in pre-eclipse season. Okay, you guys know the North Node and the South Node right now for the collective is in. North Node is in Taurus. South Node is in Scorpio. Well, we're having an eclipse earlier in the year in Taurus season. When we had the new moon in Taurus, we had a partial, was it a partial solar eclipse or a full solar eclipse? But it was a eclipse in Taurus, a solar eclipse in Taurus. And then 2 weeks later, we had a full moon in Scorpio, and that was a lunar eclipse. So now we're in the opposite polarity of Taurus, which is Scorpio. So now we're having the new moon in Scorpio and partial solar eclipse occurring on the 25th, I believe it is, right? 2 days before the sun goes into Scorpio. And then a day before that, on the 23rd, Venus goes into Scorpio, right? So all of this crazy energy going on, and we're not even talking about the other planets that are coming out of retrograde, right? We haven't even talked about them. But this month is setting it off because November 11th, or is it November 8th, we have a full moon, lunar eclipse in Taurus. Now we already got Uranus there in retrograde, all right? Major energy going on. So, we're going to have some babies, people popping out babies, so congratulations. All right, this is going to be a very special time. Very special time, very special babies. All right. I don't know, these is going to be some beautiful babies as far as their spiritual energy, But let's get into it. So on the 2nd of October, where is it? I made my notes, see my notes. Yeah, so on the 2nd of October, Mercury, which is in Virgo right now, is going direct, okay? So that's the first planet that's coming out of retrograde in October. There's a few coming out of retrograde in October. This is the first one, and it's in your 12th house, okay? No, I'm sorry, hold on. Mercury is... Yeah, Mercury is in your 9th house. You're like, no, bitch, it's not. Yeah, Mercury's in your 9th house, and it's going direct on the 2nd. So this is, the house of the higher mind, your higher conscious, higher education, higher learning. Excuse me. So some of you, you could be reminiscing over, maybe some classes you took or some classes you're taking, or some of you could be studying, contract law. Some of you could be lawyers for the public, like a public defender. I'm getting somebody may have been studying, and that's what they're going to be doing now. They're going to be a lawyer, a public defender. Congratulations to you, helping out the collective. I got that here. I got somebody just got out of school. In reference to that, you may have a family member or a friend who's doing that. But at any rate, Mercury in Virgo. Well, Mercury rules Virgo, of course. So there's a lot of thinking here, a lot of thought process in reference to what makes sense to you, how you want to live your life. You're going through some major changes here. You're going through some major transformations here, karmic transformations, and we'll get into that as we get over to Pluto and Saturn going direct this month. But I feel like with Mercury is interesting because what it does is it gets an angle where it can record everything, and it records all of what the planets are doing. And I feel like this is what's going on in your 9th house, and so you're assessing everything that you've been through, and your perspective may be changing on a lot of things. Now, in reference to how you see yourself, we have Venus here. So not only do you see yourself as very attractive and want people wanting to connect with you, there could be people who see that in you as well, where you may be attracted to others and others are attracted to you. You're going to get a little bit of both. So it's mating season, it's cuffing season, okay? Let's just keep it real. That's what it is. So some of you are going to be out there connecting with people. You're going to be meeting people through people. It's like, oh, this is my friend such and such by way of, or this is my, oh, I work with such and such. So, you know, you may have an uncle, you know, who you are, dropped off a coworker. She might be your uncle's age, whatever your uncle age is, and you might have dropped her off at the mall, and you happen to run into your uncle there, and he see her, and he's like, who is that? Introduce me, and the next thing you know, now they dating. Or it could be vice versa. Somebody dropped you off, and they run into their brother, and their brother's interested in you, and you're like, oh, he's a cutie. Well, here's my number. You know, something like that. Or that was my homeboy. He was interested in you. Or that was my girlfriend's sister. She want to, see what's up with you or whatever. That type of thing. So keep your eye out for that. Yeah. For some of you, there could be people who have crushes on you that you don't even know. All right. I feel like for some of you, it could be because especially when Venus goes into your 11th house, this is your Scorpio house now. Venus is going in here. The sun's going to be here. That's where you're going to have the partial solar eclipse. Okay, within the next 2 to 3 weeks. This is in your 11th house for long-term partnerships, long-term stability, long-term planning. Okay, so for some of you, you may meet someone, but I would keep it on the low. All right, or you and this person may agree to keep your relationship on the low. You don't want to, put it out there because you don't want to blow it up. But for some of you, you might meet somebody or you may have already. But yeah, I feel like you're going to keep it on the low if you do. Now, on the 8th, your first house, where Pluto is, it's going direct. Some of you may feel relieved about that, all right? But with Pluto, it's all about, looking at the different power struggles you may have had, against people, places, things, and ideas that maybe you found later were not in your best interest, so maybe you had to leave those things behind. Maybe you had to turn your back to those things or those people or those ideas. And so I feel like you may have been in an assessment period and now you're coming out of that. You've assessed what you needed to do. You've gone through the aggravation of it, the stress, like the grieving of letting it go. And now you're ready to go. You're starting a new karmic cycle. Excuse me. Some of y'all are starting a new karmic cycle because you finished out a karmic cycle. Speaking of karmic, on the 23rd, Saturn goes direct in your second house. So in reference to your money-making potential, I feel like for those of you who may have been a little bit restrictive with your long-term plans, you may be changing them up, changing up what you may want to do in the future or where you want to be. That's where I'm getting for a lot of you. What it is that you truly desire and what you want. I feel like that's changing now, based on your whole mentality changing up and how you see yourself and who you are. Yeah, because in your third house of your ideas and views, Neptune's there in retrograde. Jupiter's coming over there on the 30th, and it's in retrograde as well. So this is going to be a repeat of the energy we felt a couple months back when Jupiter was in Pisces, as well as Neptune, both in retrograde there. So we may experience some similar energy revisited in that area and your ideas and views and your thoughts about things. Okay, so pay attention to that. But what could be opposing that is what you know. Now you know better. So it could be, some things from the past coming back around where things that you used to do that you had a lot of fun with. Things that you did in excess. It could be, anything. Lifestyle choices. Like drinking, smoking, hanging out with certain people, places, and things. You may be thinking about that type of stuff, or it may be reintroduced to you for an opportunity for you to go back into that. But you just want to make sure that you keep in mind where you want to be and make the best decisions for you. Now, your fourth house, which deals with your personal feelings and your emotions, Jupiter it's in retrograde right there with Chiron. So for some of you, there's a lot of ancestral energy going on, ancestral review is what I'm dealing with here, because we're dealing with Chiron. Chiron deals with karmic energy, okay, and it's in retrograde in Aries for the collective, but for you all, it's in your fourth house. So there could be some karmic, a lot of people are breaking karmic ties, from the bloodlines, things that have gone down from one bloodline to the other. So it's a really amazing time right now. And the ancestors, I feel like, are communicating to us more than ever. A lot of people's fourth houses are lit up. Okay, a lot of people, especially with Neptune and Jupiter energies, the wisdom of the higher realm. The ancestors, those who've passed on. So a lot of people, we got to pay attention to our dreams and what's going on right now as much as we can, because we're being, those of us who are where we're supposed to be and doing what we're supposed to be doing, we're being contacted. Your fifth house, this is the house of instant gratification. This is your creative center. This is what makes you uniquely you, and this is where Taurus is, and Uranus is in retrograde here. So this is a area here that is ripe for financial creativity here, with Uranus, especially online. I do see that there could be some success here with you doing things online, doing things that nobody else has done before, especially with the North Node here. This is uncharted territory. And then when we have the lunar full moon, the lunar eclipse full moon here on the 8th of November, this is going to be electric here, man. This is a lot of beautiful energy here that you may want to play with and manifest with. Beautiful energy. Now with your sixth house here, your daily routines, your patterns, what you prioritize is, how you prioritize, what your hierarchy looks like. We got Mars here in retrograde. So for some of you, you may slack off a little bit in your routines and your patterns. You may not be on it like that, like, working out. You may fall back a little bit, or you may get bored with the routine, so this might be a good time to switch it up, so that you at least stay on your grind, but don't go so hard right now. Focus more so on endurance and opposed to, intensity, until Mars goes direct again. Mars doesn't go direct again until I believe it's January. So, real intense workout and real intense exercise, some people might need it, but you probably won't. Unless, you're really just, being lazy and eating a lot and stuff. But other than that, you're just going to feel more laid back and more relaxed. And that's probably because, maybe some of you are adjusting because of the weather as well. But your patterns and your situations you may be more laxed about it. Some of you may get bored with your workout routines as well, is what I'm getting to. So you just may slack off a bit. It could be that somebody's recovering from an injury, okay? So they can't work out as much as they used to. Also, I see, but this is for the collective as well, but a lot of people are being deployed, or they're either coming home from a deployment, or they've gotten word about where they're going to be deployed next. And that's going on anytime between now and January 20. When does Mars go direct? So it could be, people getting information about where they're going to be deployed after the holidays. There could be some people coming home from a deployment for a couple months and then they're going back out again. There could be some people who are home now and they know they're going back. They know they're going out in January, or they could be going out now or coming home now. All sorts of that going on. So you may know somebody. If it's not you, you may have a family member or a friend, or you may have a colleague who might be out on military leave, or who might be leaving on military leave within the next couple of months. It's good to watch these readings a month later as well, or 2 months behind, just to see if anything that went on when you were watching it resonates more so, after the month passes. So check out the, this is the October astrology read, so check out the September one. What else is going on here? Well, we talked about your Scorpio house, right? With all of that energy going on there. Your Scorpio house is your 11th house. So yeah, that's your long-term achievements, your long-term investments, long-term relationships. And you may realize, some of the people around you may show you in ways that you've not realized how much they appreciate you and how much they value you. Or you may be feeling this energy towards people, but I do feel like you're going to have people coming towards you, telling you how much they appreciate you and how much they value you and how much you love them, for those that you've done things for. Forgive me, I'm wheezing here. I was choking earlier. But, I'm a survivor. I got Mars. Mars rules my chart, baby. And so, yeah, there's a lot going on here with you. A lot going on, a lot of changes, a lot of karmic cycles wrapping up. I feel like you've changed the pace for your bloodline. A lot of people have. This is a really amazing time right now. Like I said, the ancestors are reaching out to us in stages. So definitely pay attention to your dreams. Write down what you can, what you remember. This is going to be a very sensitive time with this pre-eclipse energy between now and the end of the year, I feel like, because once that eclipse energy can last up to 6 months. So we just, this whole summer was an eclipse. Now we're going into another set of eclipse energy. So this is really deep energy here. But I feel like some of you are going to be finding some unique ways to make money, and you're really going to do what you enjoy too. And it might be a little bit unique and a little bit different, and you may be a trendsetter. But that's sad. That's sad for people that that they can't handle it. But that's what you bring into the table. You definitely gonna money. I feel like short-term investment. Something about short-term investments. I'm sorry, y'all. My throat is bothering me. Let me get a sip. All right. Forgive me. So yeah, but like I was saying, about short-term investments here. There could be somebody that might hit the lotto. I would consider playing the lotto. Don't gamble too much, but a dollar, you got to be in it to win it, right? So I would definitely play with that energy, especially the pre-eclipse energy between now and November 8th. I mean, you can go as long after that if you want to. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing here going on for you guys. But yeah, you're gonna have I feel like some of you may have some secret admirers. I don't know if I said that earlier, but I do feel like some of you may have some secret admirers, or maybe you got a secret crush on somebody. I don't know. It could be somebody who you work with, somebody who's known you for a while. Maybe they come out of the woodwork and say, "What's up?" And you're like, "Oh, word." I didn't know that. Mercury retrograde, we're still in the pre-shadow stages, for 2 weeks after that. So those energies are still present, and I don't know, for some of you, it could be somebody that you met when you were traveling. Some of you could meet somebody when you're traveling as well, okay? So if you're on your way somewhere, to have some fun. Some of you are going out. You're going to have a really good time. A nice luxurious spot. Okay, that's what's up. But yeah, some of you are into some interesting things, and I'll just leave it at that. But just make sure you protect yourself, okay? Wherever you're going on vacation at and whatever you all are doing, okay? Just be safe. So, Cap City, that's what I got for you. That's just a little something about what I'm seeing here for you guys coming up for the month of October 2022 with all this magical energy. This is really good energy for you to play with as far as manifestations. Definitely take a look at where the North Node and the South Node are for the collective in your chart. Also take a look, if you, are well aware of your chart, take a look at where your natal placements are for the planets that are going direct this month. That's Pluto, Saturn. They're going direct. Mercury's going direct on the 2nd. And look at where these planets are in relation to your natal chart. But that's what I got for you guys. Thanks for checking out the channel. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Don't forget to check out last month's reading as well. See if anything in that resonates or hits different than it did 30 days ago. I love you guys. Thank you for checking things out. And I'll see you in later in the month. Peace.